Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 18th Annual Haiku Festival Awards program. This program is a culmination of months of writing, reading, poetry, and it is a celebration of National Poetry Month, which takes place every year in the United States of America in the month of April. So from April 1st all the way to April 31st, we celebrate poetry that is written by the people on this program and poetry that is written by professional poets and anyone who takes a pen to paper. So this year, we received 1,233 poems from student poets all over the country, and the 17 readers that were invited here today represent those who won cash awards. When we're live, we invite everyone who submitted a poem to read. But unfortunately on Zoom, we have to keep tabs on how many people can read. So if everyone is ready, we will start with our first grade winner. And remember, these are 17 students that were chosen from 1,233 poems. So this is going to be a very, very special reading. Our first reader is Miss Jenna Jalan from St. Josephat School. Jenna?
My name is Jenna Jalan. I go to St. Josephat School. I am 10 years old and I am in the 4th grade. Here is my poem. Ash and lava flow like a hurricane of heat and the world turned black. Ash and lava flow like a hurricane of heat and the world turned black.
Thank you so much, Jenna. Now, Jenna followed the directions perfectly. She said her name, her age, her grade, her school, and she read her poem twice. Because haiku are so short, we want to make sure that each listener hears them. So make sure you read it at least twice. Okay. Our next winner represents the 5th and 6th grade, Nina Ha, and she is at Weaver Elementary School in Los Alamitos, California. Nina?
Nina, I'm 11 years old. I'm in 5th grade and I go to Weaver Elementary in Los Alamitos, California. Ashes in the breeze, flames beneath the darkened night, light collides with dark. Ashes in the breeze, flames beneath the darkened night, light collides with dark.
Now, I couldn't help but notice that the first 2 winners' poems begin with the word ash or some form of it. Wonder what that means. We'll figure it out later. Okay, and we will have an opportunity at the end to offer an ovation for all of the poets. Did Mr. Lester Barrett join us? Lester Barrett.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Barrett, are you ready to read your poem?
Yes.
Okay, proceed.
My name is Lester Barrett, and I'm in the 8th grade, and I'm 14 years old at Galileo Scholastic Academy. Bodacious monarchs feeding on aster nectar, a robin's watching. Bodacious monarchs feeding on aster nectar, a robin's watching.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Now Diggy Newcomb will read for his sister, Seela Newcomb. Mr. Newcomb?
I am reading for my sister, Seela Newcomb. She is 14 years old. She is in 8th grade, and she goes to St. Monica Academy in Chicago, Illinois. To Zoom or not to Zoom? That is the question. Whether 'tis in nightwear at home or in uniform at school, which is superior? Or whether 'tis staring at a computer screen or a chalkboard. Are they the same? I indeed have faith that in-person school is the predominant way of education. But how so? Nothing is as finer than a friendly dialogue with thy fellow schoolmates and educators. Nothing is as pleasant as galloping in the day's sunlight on the playset with friends. Nothing is as spectacular as browsing through the crisp schoolbook pages, studying about the very figures who inspire our daily lessons. Shakespeare, Dickens, Twain, and more. But do we receive the same quickening experience with their literature on a screen as in a book? No, we must read, write, learn, imagine, and create in the place we may think is vile, only to come to perpend that it is a rapturing, delightful place when it is fortaken. We feel a sudden yearning, a sudden ache for the very place we despised. But why? School's the place where we scholars thrive and nourish our minds, a place where we feel we belong and live a new experience every day, our second home, a place where we learn and turn to the next pages of the book of our lives. 'Tis not the same when we are exiled on a screen. Our worth is not of a miniature box made to fit in between. Going to school helps us break out of our box, out of our shells, to become the best version of ourselves. But we may never find out our identity if our identity is listed as Zoom Caller 24. Being in school will help students understand that education is not just completing assignments or taking tests. 'Tis more.
Diggy, you did a wonderful job. Now you may be asking yourself, what is he reading? That's not a haiku. In the past few years, we added the essay competition to our program because some students like to write in longer form. And so this year, the theme that I gave them was to Zoom or not to Zoom. And I think the judges found this to be the best essay that spoke for all of the essays. We had about 25 essays that were submitted. Students can send 100 to 300 words, and our winner was Selah Newcomb from St. Monica Academy, and she's one of the 3 students who has confirmation responsibilities today. So thank you very much, Diggy. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I think your sister will be proud when she hears it. Our runner-up essay was written by Effie Maliaris. And who will be reading for Effie? Mia.
I am.
All right. Okay, Mia, take it away.
So I am reading on behalf of Effie Maliaris. She is 14 years old. She is in 8th grade, and she attends St. Monica Academy in Chicago, Illinois. To Zoom or not to Zoom? Ugh, I am getting headaches from the computer screen. My back hurts from sitting in this chair, and the internet is so slow that I am missing an important test. Do you want to experience the challenges of online learning? No one should, and this is why I prefer in-person school. Although sometimes I miss my Zoom school days, it got hard staring at the computer screen and sitting in a chair for so long. Not only this, but you need the internet to go to school, which can be problematic on days when the internet goes out. In general, it just made it hard to learn over a computer screen. If their internet was slow, it would be hard to understand what the teacher was saying. If we had a question, it wasn't easy for the teacher to explain because we were not in person. Also, students could easily cheat on tests, play video games, and get distracted with the computer screen in front of them. Students could easily get distracted by family members as well. Also, it may not be easy for all families for their children to do online school. Many parents had to adjust their work schedules or take time off of work for their children to stay home, causing financial issues. There were also complications with the safety. Some schools, including St. Monica Academy, had situations where hackers would hack into their Zoom calls, interrupting their classes and causing trouble. Not only this, but doing school online lacks socialization and seeing your friends in person. In-person school gives students a better chance of learning, more socialization with friends, fewer distractions during the school day, and helps many parents while at work.
Thank you very much, Mia. You did a wonderful job. I'm sure Effie will be happy when she hears what you've done. So you're welcome. Thank you. So we've had our 3 top poems for 3rd and 4th grade, 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th. You've heard our Gwendolyn Brooks Award, which was Abigail Lazarus. Did I call her? I did. Abigail, I am so sorry. Okay, so that's why I like to backtrack. So this year's Gwendolyn Brooks Award goes to Abigail Lazara. Please welcome Abigail Lazara.
Hi, my name is Abigail Lazara. I'm 10 years old. I'm in 4th grade and I go to Thomas J. Waters Elementary School. Here's my poem. The terracotta, standing, guarding the old king, fighting off bad luck. The terracotta, standing, guarding the old king, fighting off bad luck.
Thank you, Abigail. I was going to mention that the 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th first grade winners each win $100. So Abigail Lazara won our Gwendolyn Brooks Award, named after the former poet laureate of the state of Illinois, and she will receive a $50 award. So now our Founders Award, which is named in honor of Dr. Al Klinger, who was one of our staunchest supporters and a poet. He was a physician, and this man made house calls throughout his career. I think he became a physician in the 1950s. So in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, when it was not popular to make house calls, Al did that. And not only did he make house calls, many of them were made in housing projects where people could not afford a physician, and he rarely got paid for his work. And so in addition to doing all of that, he was also a poet. So our Al Klinger Award goes to Charlie Bagdonis. Is Charlie here?
Well, hello. My name is Joey Bagdonis. I am accepting this award for my brother.
All right, Joey. Whenever you're ready, we will listen to you read your brother's work. Thank you.
Ink meets the paper. A flood of ideas come. The story begins. Ink meets the paper. A flood of ideas come. The story begins.
Now, as one of the founders of Haiku Festival, I get to choose the Founders Award, and I was so happy to choose that, Joey. You did such a wonderful job reading your brother's poem, and I was happy to choose it because it describes what everyone here does. Ink meets the paper. Would you read that one more time, please?
Ink meets the paper. A flood of ideas come. The story begins.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, we've heard our essay and our runner-up essay. And so now at this point, I'd like to introduce our guest pianist. So if she could ready herself. Sonoka Matsumoto is in 5th grade at Horace Mann Elementary School. Sonoka is a Japanese American born in Oak Park, Illinois. She started playing piano at age 5. Her favorite composer is Ludwig van Beethoven. She loves to read dragon stories, and she loves to draw dragon pictures. Sonoka Matsumoto is a student at Miss Emmy Murata Studio in Oak Park, Illinois. Please welcome Sonoka Matsumoto.
Hi, my name is Sonoka Matsumoto. I'm 10 years old and I'm in 5th grade. I go to Horace Mann Elementary School. I'm going to play Minuet by Bach and Echoes in G by Beethoven.
you very much, Sanoka. So now we turn our attention to the runners-up, Kabirat Atayebi. She is from St. Mary of the Lake.
My name is Kabira Atoyebi. I am from St. Mary of the Lake in Chicago, Illinois. I am in 7th grade. This is my Haiku. We, as women, fierce, no matter our race, stronger. Shade your eyes, brilliance. We, as women, fierce, no matter our race, stronger. Shade your eyes, brilliance.
I love that. Women are so fierce, you have to shade your eyes in order to look at us. Thank you very much, Kabirat. Our next poet is Evan Bell. Mr. Bell is here, Greg. Evan Bell.
My name is Evan Bell. I'm 14. I'm in 8th grade, and my haiku is: glacial snow dissolves into shuddering water. Golden light brings hope. Glacial snow dissolves into shuddering water. Golden light brings hope.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Would you like to say the name of your school?
I'm sorry, Galileo Scholastic Academy in Chicago.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Liam Gustafson. Liam Gustafson.
Hi, my name is Liam Gustafson. I'm in 3rd grade at Chappelle Elementary School in Chicago. I am 8 years old. Here's my haiku. Zapping across the sky, zigzags cutting through the clouds, an electric blaze. Zapping across the sky, zigzags cutting through the clouds, an electric blaze.
Thank you very much, Liam. Nina Saratovsky from University of Chicago Lab School.
Hi, I'm Nina Saratovsky. I go to the University of Chicago Lab School. I'm 9 years old and in 4th grade, and this is my haiku. Someone who has goals, someone who fights for rights, strong, hero with no cape. Someone who has goals, someone who fights for rights, strong, hero with no cape.
Hero with no cape. That is such a powerful line, especially coming from a 4th grader. Very powerful. Thank you so much, Nina. All right, Jasmine Sue, please. Jasmine Sue.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Sue. I'm 13 years old and an 8th grade student in the Avery Conley School. My haiku is: black roses of death, prick me with their sharpest thorn, release me from life. Black roses of death, prick me with their sharpest thorn, release me from life.
Thank you very much, Jasmine. I'm going to read what I have in the printed program. So if you had come to Harold Washington Library, this is what you would have seen in the program. Notan, which is spelled N-O-T-A-N with an accent over an O that looks like the long sound, and I can't remember what that's called. But Notan, all artists use Notan techniques they learned in Miss Cynthia Solomon's fine arts class at Alex Haley Academy. Notan is the Japanese art of paper cutting. Artists play with light and dark elements. Artists cut, compose, place, and replace elements. 3-dimensional art is made using 2-dimensional methods. Notan is Japanese for light and dark. Let's go now to our Egner Family Teacher of the Year Award. Perfect, yay! So please welcome our Teacher of the Year.
Hi, everyone. I am a teacher. I teach 7th and 8th grade at Galileo Scholastic Academy, and participating in the Haiku Fest was just such a highlight of this wild year of being back in person. I had all of my 7th and 8th graders submit a poem, and just the creativity I saw and the really amazing work that my students did was so inspiring. And I was so proud of Lester and Evan and Cheyenne, who all took a prize. So I was very proud of them, and I'm happy to be here to celebrate them.
Thank you very much, Ms. Zarowski. And I know for a fact that your principal is very proud of you and all of your students. And we really appreciate you taking ownership and involving all of your students at Galileo Scholastic Academy. And that's why you were chosen as Teacher of the Year. Yay! Okay, and your award was sponsored by the Egner family. Kathy and Bob Egner have been sponsors of Haiku Festival for 18 years now, and they wanted to be with us, but they had family obligations that required them to be elsewhere. So now we turn to the Livers Family School of the Year Award, and that is awarded to Josephine Locke. Josephine Locke Elementary, like St. Christina and some of the other schools, have been with Haiku Festival for 18 years. We've gone into their schools and we've done readings, we've done workshops, and they're just so involved. They're a huge school. They have 2 buildings. So it's interesting when I go there because just jockeying back and forth between 2 places, I don't see how the teachers do it on a regular basis. But they will be awarded the Livers Family School of the Year Award. And the Livers family, we became introduced to them when their son, Riley Livers, won an award. And his parents have supported Haiku Festival since then. So we are so very grateful to the Livers family. All right, and so if Josephine Locke comes in before we go off, I'll allow Miss Mindy Gonzalez to say a few words. The cover design was sponsored by Doris and Herman Smith. Doris Smith taught high school for 38 years at DuSable High School on Chicago's South Side, and Herman was a band director at a school on the Chicago South Side. He was a K-8 teacher. So these are 2 educators who have supported Haiku Festival also for 18 years, and we are eternally grateful to them. So they are the ones who sponsored the cover artwork. And so for the cover artwork, we had several students participate. Akira Brown, who won, Yvonne Williams, who receives honorable mention, Alyssa Clark, whose design won last year, Demetrius Davis, Ashley Donegan, Mariah Jordan, and Miss Cynthia Solomon is the fine arts teacher at Alex Haley Academy in Roseland on the far south side. Sonoka Matsumoto studies piano with Miss Emmy Murato in Oak Park. And I think Miss Emmy is here also. So once Sonoka is done, we might ask Miss Emmy to say a few words about her piano studio. May we please welcome Sonoka.
Now I'm going to play Brush of Autumn by Vandal and Rhythm Machine by Olson.
That was beautiful. What a great finale. Very, very nice. Thank you, Sanoka. All right. Um, I want to give Miss Emmy a chance to say a few words. Is she still here?
Hello, yes, I am.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Well, first of all, Sonoka, I am so very proud of you. Thank you so much for playing today and sharing your music with us. Since Miss Regina has given me a moment to talk to everyone. I am a piano teacher in Oak Park, Illinois. I have a home studio there, and I also teach at College of DuPage, which is where I currently am today. And I've been teaching since I was 16, and just love it. I have a undergraduate degree in mathematics and computer science, double majored in music. So it is fine to have double majors and do what you love and have a backup, which I never used. I never used my backup. I went to get a master's degree in piano performance. And since Ms. Regina has asked me to talk and everyone else has a haiku, I wrote one just now, and here it is. Wonderful students from ages 3 to retiree, I love to teach them.
Yay.
Wonderful students from ages 3 to retiree, I love to teach them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Miss Emmy and I just met today, but you know, I taught math for years, even though my degrees are all in composition and theory of music. I love math. And Greg, who's an engineer, also has a mathematics degree. So this is a big math family. Yay!
It's the same side of the brain.
Yes, using both sides of the brain. Thank you, thank you. And you know, it's interesting because when I think about all of the talents that are here today, one component that we really, really need, we could not have done any of this without the judges. And so I want to turn our attention to the judges now. This year we have, and I will name the judges. If you're here, please make yourself known and I will give you the opportunity to read your poem. A lot of times what happens is, as I mentioned, we had 1,233 poems. The judges choose a poem that he or she likes and we rate them. We use a binary system, only ones and zeros. People fight me tooth and nail every year. Let's do 1 to 10. No, no, no. We're gonna stick to binary. We'll be binary till the day we die. Anyway, so, and I do it because it's easier to rate with zeros and ones because the students know that they're being rated on technique, originality, and technique includes images, rhythm, figurative language, mechanics, which includes spelling, grammar, syntax, and the overall appeal to a poem. So many judges feel passionate about poems right from the beginning. And so they are inspired to write a response to that. And so some judges may choose to read their response today. Is Marilyn Allen here? Marilyn Allen. Samuel Barber, Judith Bowden. Okay, now Marilyn Allen is an education administrator. Samuel Barber is an economics teacher, and also all of these people write haiku. And Judy Bowden is a retired CPS teacher who has a book called Chocolate Bananas, which is on haiku. And so I see our next poet and editor, and so I'll read her bio. Poet and editor Laurie Schulter Carroll works for the Chicago Cred, where she supports the citywide team. Laurie has been a staunch supporter of Haiku Festival since its inception, and we were born on the same day in the same year. I can't remember which one of us is older, but I think I might be older. But anyway, please welcome Laurie Schulter Carroll.
I was inspired to write a response to one piece, and then this week I revised the piece I wanted to write a response to. I'm responding to Kaberi's We as Women Fierce, and part of that was the newly appointed Supreme Court Justice, Ms. Brown Jackson. A new reality. Girls and women dream as one, building our future. A new reality. Girls and women dream as one, building our future.
Thank you so much, Lori. Beautiful earrings. Okay, is Dr. Wayne Allen Jones here? Wayne Allen Jones. Wayne Allen Jones is a retired psychotherapist, a publisher, and an author of 3 books of poetry. I saw Michael Covenant Watson, and I will read his bio and ask him to come on and say a few words. Michael Covenant Watson co-founded and edits Rats and Rooster Journal of Fiction and Speculative Poetry. So if you have any speculative fiction or speculative poetry, I urge you to send it to Rats and Roosters, and they do pay writers. He is writing a sci-fi novel. So please welcome Michael Covenant Watson. And while we're waiting for him to come to the main stage, while we're waiting for him, I want to say that Michael used to run a program at Loyola University called Word Slingers. And he ran that program, if I'm not mistaken, for some 20 years. And I was honored to be a guest there once. And it was just an absolute blast to read poetry on the radio and to be a part of a show that was hosted by Michael Watson. Good morning, Michael.
Ah, what a wonderful morning it is, and what wonderful work I've been hearing. So this poem was in response to Shaheem, let's see if I can get this right, Shaheem Rahimi and her poem In the Distortion. So I wrote this as soon as I knew this was going to be the runner-up. I just knew it. I knew it was going to get some sort of prize. So I immediately wrote a response to it. Signal in the noise. Harvest the cascading sounds, plays the equinox. Signal in the noise, harvest the cascading sounds, plays the equinox.
Thank you very much, Michael Covenant Watson. Don't you just love his name? The rhythm of it sounds like he's got a lot of money. Michael Covenant Watson.
I'll see you on a bus stop near me.
Okay, I mentioned before some of our sponsors. I'd just like to say that Haiku Festival 2022 program is made possible by Chicago Public Library's Harold Washington Center, by Kathleen and Robert Egner, Karen and Daniel Livers, Jody Gandolfi, Lori Schulter Carroll, Doris Nichols Smith, Juanita Smith, Beth Bruins, Leland Mosley, Michael O'Connor, and Corey Brown. This event airs on Chicago Public Library's YouTube channel beginning on the 30th of April, and you can reach that YouTube channel at www.chipublib.com. That's www.chipublib.org. And it will also be on the Haiku Festival website, which is www.haiku, F as in festival, est.com. And you can go there at any time and view all of our programs that have videos. You can hear Sonia Sanchez read. You can hear all of the, see all of our guest poets from years past. And you can read all of the winning poems. So everyone who is here today will have his or her poem stored on that website forever. And so I really, really appreciate you all. Greg, if we could go to a screenshot and unmute everyone and give them an opportunity to give each other an ovation, I would really, really appreciate that. And while we're waiting for that, I will read my haiku. It's not in response to the Founders Award because I was not that organized. I'm pulling so many strings over here. But this poem was written about spring without using the word spring. So when I'm done, I want to ask you what word says spring to you? And here's my poem. Migrant birds making haste, crocus crowning. Migrant birds making haste, crocus crowning. And you may say, wait a minute, that's not 575. As you get older, you will discover that most of the haiku is not 575. It is just a brief 3-line poem. Sometimes it could be 3 words. Most of the time it's 575, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in workshops. So What word says to you spring? Migrant birds, making haste, crocus crowning. Don't all shout out at once.
Definitely for me, migrant birds. I have 2 bird feeders, one in my dining room window and one outside of my kitchen/office window. And suddenly in the last weeks, we have gone through 60 pounds of bird seed because all of a sudden we have all of the migrant birds have appeared. And the funny thing is that they're very fierce against the normally bully-like English sparrows, and the finches win, and especially the goldfinches.
The goldfinches, those little birds, wow.
But the little tiny goldfinch females, they are fighters.
Yes, and Julie Lovison wanted to say the word crocus. Julie, would you please tell the students why you chose? Thank you, by the way, Lori, for migrant birds, because that is one of the words that says season. And Julie, would you like to tell the students why you chose the word crocus?
They seem to come up, hi everybody, it's great, happy to be here. They seem to come up even when it isn't quite spring yet in the actual weather. And so they're little, you know, inspirations of what's to come and things that you're going to be looking forward to doing in spring.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Julie. And thank you for introducing me to our guest pianist today. I really appreciate it. For everyone who's on the call, Julie is also a piano teacher. Okay, I guess this is as gallery as I'm going to get. So if everyone could be unmuted, Greg, so we could give ourselves a round of applause. Okay, so if everyone is unmuted, I ask you to put your hands together for all of the winners, performers, and artists that you met here today. Yay!